I feel like when you really know a problem, it's hard to ignore. Waste is a human thing. There's no other species on Earth that wastes things. It's just humans. Because we've put it there, it is our responsibility to fix the problem. And it's now the time to turn this around. I was born in a town called Worksop. Quite a normal childhood, I guess. But at school, I just couldn't do anything. I felt useless. I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic and what other disses there are. And so eventually I dropped out and ambled into a local restaurant with nowhere else to turn, I guess, and washed dishes. Through being told that I was stupid and I'm a failure, multiple times by even teachers, created this chip on your shoulder. I became very ambitious to do something with real value. And so I began something of a food pilgrimage. So I went around the world to some of the best restaurants that had some sort of purpose, but unfortunately the reality was quite the opposite. It was criminal, some of the things that I witnessed. Just waste. I started to realize that the food industry is a complete disaster. It's unsustainable. Our expectations, our desires are unnatural. We need a new system. I opened Silo because I had a vision of a food system that was better, a food system for the future. Silo is a zero waste restaurant. Everything is designed from waste. And what zero waste means is we don't have a bin. To not have a bin, we go to farmers, to fishermen, to foragers, and we say, bring the food to us directly. And when you trade directly, there's no packaging. The food comes from nature as a whole ingredient. We maximize the resources to minimize the waste, and then the eventual waste that will occur get composted, and then that compost goes directly back where our food grows. It's that simple. If we want butter, we have to make it from milk. If we want flour, we have to freshly mill from wheat. This kind of food is alive, really alive, and when you create a system with no potential of waste, it's very easy. It's very easy to not have a bin. However, the only way I could describe the early years of Silo is moving through thick fog. There was no manual to a zero waste food system. No one had done it. Little did I know, it was going to be the hardest thing that I've ever done.
We can go that way or can go this way.
I realized the reality is that nature never gives you the same thing twice. So when you're dealing with a natural food system such as Silo, consistency is very difficult.
These are the broad beans. We can walk in a little bit, but I don't think they'll be ready in 2 weeks' time, Douglas.
Farmers are not the most punctual people in the industry.
I think another month.
We'd have services where we were praying that the farmer would come in any second with those lettuces. We used to grow mushrooms from coffee waste. It didn't work. We made our own soap and we made candles to the extremes of using a coconut to scrub dirty pans. That would be the process, failure, 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 failure. Sort of success, failure. Whilst we kept striking brilliant ideas, it would be like 1 in 100, and dealing with 99 failures was stressful. There's only so many knocks you can take before waving the white flag. For 3 years I was like, am I crazy? Is this gonna work? And then when I was losing hope, boom, the volcano erupted. And it was so busy. It was amazing, and we were holding it together. And then that's when it occurred to me that failure is instrumental in success. We need to fail to learn. And only through exploring and figuring out the territory did the fog start to clear. And I remember feeling really proud. It was always tough, but we created something really, really special. That was the sort of defining moment where I knew that we were going to be all right. When people call me idealistic, I think to myself, well, it is ideal, but ideal things aren't impossible. You know, silo is a reality. Silo works. Now we are officially Britain's most ethical restaurant. We are Britain's most innovative restaurant. Not only is it ecologically viable, it's economically viable. It serves delicious things and grows a culture of people that are more in tune with what needs to happen. My reason for doing this was to create change, but as time passes in Brighton, in its original origin for Silo, the progress slows down naturally. You know, change is slowing down. Silo is at its best when it's evolving, when it's developing. And so the way to accelerate change, the way to accelerate these ideas is to start in a new environment, to close Silo in Brighton and to move it and to re-establish the ideas and to repopulate a new culture and hopefully accelerate the movement.
All right, everyone to their battle stations. You're open.
200 years ago, every restaurant was a zero-waste restaurant. Waste wasn't a thing. I believe anywhere that serves food can adopt this idea. Very simple, very realistic model that works with nature and not against it.
Yes, thank you all so much for supporting Silo over the 5 years, and I hope you can join us for the next chapter.
It's going to be extremely difficult to leave these four walls, but it's what needs to happen. It's time to grow. It's time to make the next step.
To the future. The future's that way. The future's definitely over there.
There are so many problems in the world. There is so much to fix. Go out, you use your creativity, and you commit yourself, and then you can fix any problem. I was just a dyslexic school dropout, and I decided to apply what skills I had in an area which was begging for change. I feel like we can correct this. We have all of the intelligence, all of the creativity to do what's right. You know, waste is just the failure of the imagination.
Okay guys, all right, this is the opening of Silo London. Thank you all so much for all your incredible hard work. Let's have an amazing night. Okay, let's do it.